Hi, my name is Dr. Dayle from Forest Grove Vet Clinic. Today I'm going to help you learn about puppy care.
Dr. Dayle, how does caring for a puppy differ from caring for an adult dog?
There are a few things that are different about having a puppy. They are very high energy and they don't know the rules yet. And so you need to be able to help them burn their energy and also learn at the same time. So lots of structured play and making sure they don't get into trouble. Those are really important. There's also generally more visits to the vet clinic for preventative health care, things like puppy booster vaccines and parasite treatments. So there are usually lots of opportunities to talk to your vet about questions.
When can a puppy be separated from its mother?
Usually it's best for puppies to stay with their mom until about 8 weeks of age. That way they are fully weaned and they've also had opportunity to learn some good socialization with other dogs.
When can I bring my puppy around other dogs and people?
Puppies can visit new people as soon as you get them. Good socialization early in life is going to make them relaxed in lots of new situations. As far as socializing with other dogs, it's important that they'd have some vaccines and that the dogs that they are meeting also have their vaccines up to date.
What vaccinations does my puppy need and when should they be administered?
Puppies need to be vaccinated against a variety of diseases. Parvo, distemper, hepatitis, parainfluenza, those are all really important. Also rabies vaccines, and we usually also recommend kennel cough vaccine because puppies need to socialize with other dogs. They should all be administered starting usually around 8 weeks or whenever your puppy first comes home. Some of them are going to need boosters as well.
How often should I bring my puppy in for checkups?
When you first get your puppy, they're going to need to come in every month or so for their checkups and vaccinations. After that, we usually see them for their spay or neuter surgery before they become adults.
What is the best diet for my puppy and how much should I feed them?
There are lots of really good diets out there for puppies. It's important that what you choose says puppy food on the bag. We want to avoid all life stages foods and foods that are designed for adults because they aren't going to help your puppy grow and develop as well as they could. As for how much, well, that depends. A Chihuahua puppy is going to need a whole different amount than a Great Dane puppy. Generally speaking, puppies have small stomachs and lots of energy, and so they need to be fed more frequently when they're really little. And then as they get older, they can eat less frequently, 3 or 2 times a day. One of the things that you should discuss with your vet is how to make sure that they get enough energy when they're growing, but not put on too much weight.
How do I know if my puppy is at a healthy weight?
It's a good question. It's kind of difficult to know by looking because puppies go through growth spurts. So sometimes they're going to be really gangly with long limbs and maybe even a little bit of rib showing. And sometimes they're going to look like they've got a little pot belly. What we use to decide if their puppy is a good weight is what's called a body condition score. And so we palpate over certain parts of the body to check how much fat and how much muscle there is. And then we can help you determine if you need to feed more or feed less.
When should I start training my puppy and what methods do you recommend?
You should start training your puppy right away. The best way to train a puppy is to focus on the positive. So what you want them to do becomes a big party and they get rewards and love and cuddles. And the things that you don't want them to do are just more difficult to do. So for example, if you want them to come when you call, carry some treats and make it the most exciting thing in the world. And if they're running around sniffing other things or kind of distracted, maybe try doing the practice in a place that doesn't have other distractions so they can't be distracted and move away from you.
What should I do if my puppy has vomiting or diarrhea?
Vomiting and diarrhea can be really serious in puppies. Unfortunately, sometimes diarrhea happens because they've eaten something that didn't agree with them and it will be fine, but we'd never know for sure. If your puppy has vomiting or diarrhea, it's absolutely the best idea to call the clinic and talk to somebody about what's been going on.
How can I prevent fleas, ticks, and other parasites in my puppy?
There are lots of really good parasite prevention medications. Fleas and ticks are really active in Saskatchewan, especially when there's no snow on the ground. And we can also prevent internal worms with deworming. So these sort of depend a little bit on the risks. Your puppy probably puts everything in its mouth and so is in a little bit higher risk category than many adult dogs. And so we will tailor their parasite control program to them.
When should I spay or neuter my puppy, and what are some benefits?
So we really want to spay female puppies before they have their first heat cycle. The benefit of that is we can reduce the chances that she's going to get mammary cancer later in life by quite a lot. For males, there's not as much risk of cancer, but they do develop behavior issues that can become a problem. Things like roaming and aggression and marking in the house. And so we want to make sure that we allow them enough time to develop and that the anesthesia is safe, but not so much time that we run into the risks of those concerns. Depending on the breed of dog, that might be as young as 6 months of age or up to a year. So it's a good thing to ask us specifically what we would recommend for your dog.
What are some common health issues in puppies, and how can I recognize them?
Puppies are really prone to digestive tract upsets, so things like diarrhea especially. Sometimes the cause of that is pretty easy to figure out and easy to fix, and sometimes it can be really serious. So signs of diarrhea or vomiting are always worth a call to the vet clinic. Puppies are also prone to high levels of parasites, especially internal parasites like worms. And so sometimes we need to treat them multiple times just to make sure that they aren't having any large numbers of worms in their intestines. Also, puppies are not very coordinated sometimes, and they don't always make great decisions. And so injuries are really common. Limping, being extra quiet, maybe seeming like they don't want to play, those are signs to watch for.
How do I care for my puppy's teeth and gums?
One of the best preventative care measures you can do is to teach your puppy to enjoy having their teeth brushed. Right now, when they're little, all of their baby teeth are going to fall out. So now is the time where you can teach them to enjoy having your finger in their mouths or chewing on a toothbrush. You can use anything that's delicious to make the toothbrush more exciting and just make it a positive experience. And then as they get older, you can focus on brushing those teeth and making sure they stay pearly white.
How much exercise does my puppy need, and what kind is the best?
Puppies need lots of exercise, but they can get over-exercised. So one of the things to consider, especially with large breed puppies, is that their bones are mostly made of cartilage. So they can have intense exercise, goofing around in the yard, going for leash walks, those kind of things. But long runs are a potential risk for their joints. In smaller breed dogs, exercise is great and they can do a lot of it in the house, but you do need to be a little bit careful about jumping because they're little and sometimes falling off of something could cause injury.
How can I socialize my puppy with other dogs and people?
Socialization is something to start as soon as you get your puppy. Puppies can be socialized with other people as soon as you get them. It's important to make those interactions positive. So having new visitors, give them treats, and to make sure that they're not doing anything scary like ringing the doorbell or coming in and looming over the puppy. For other animals, socialization is also really important, but you want to make sure that your puppy has had some vaccines first and that the other animals that they're visiting have also been updated on their vaccines.
What should I do if my puppy is exhibiting aggression behavior?
Most of the time, aggression behavior is a sign of fear. And so that usually means that your puppy is in a situation where they feel overwhelmed or scared. So stepping back, surveilling the area, seeing what it is that could be scaring your puppy, and making sure that you don't push them past the point of their comfort. You can use things to make a situation seem less scary. Treats are helpful, making sure that you're there with them and you're supporting them. Scolding a puppy that's showing aggression behavior can actually make things worse.
What are some symptoms of parvovirus and how can I protect my puppy from it?
Parvovirus is a really serious disease in puppies and it can be fatal. The most common signs we see are a decrease or even a complete lack of appetite, vomiting, and diarrhea. It's easy to prevent parvo with vaccination, though. Vaccinations are very effective. We can give them starting as soon as you get your puppy, usually around 8 weeks of age, and boostering that. Once they have good immunity, that can last for up to 3 years when they're an adult. If you have questions regarding puppy care, give us a call at 306 955 6111. We're always here for you.